That's about as American as it gets, bro.
It's American.
Is this thing on?
Check 1 2 1 2.
It's fucking crazy.
They're invincible, indestructible, and he's living for like 10,000 years.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hunt for Greatness podcast.
I gotta go to Hunt for Greatness.
Nah, it's on mine. I'm just bagging on.
Psych, you thought.
Come one, come all to the Hunt for Greatness podcast. I got Alex Jones' cousin, Jeffrey Jones, and I got Bernie Sanders' second cousin, Bradley Barker, on the podcast tonight. What's up, boys? How y'all been?
Bro, it ain't on here, but I've been good.
Don't worry about it.
That's fine.
It's all good, dude. Fuck Facebook Live anyways. What's
Yeah,
up,
anyway.
Facebook Live? Shout out to Odie. He said, what's up, sluts and whores? I know he's going to be waiting for that shout out, so I got to shout my man out. He does love the sluts and the whores. He does.
Who doesn't?
I mean, I know you do, guy. You're looking mighty good, dude.
Man,
I
I'm
don't know
feeling
what
good.
it is.
Black is slimming.
I just don't think it could be the clothes, dude. I just feel like it's deeper
It's the
than
sluts
that.
and whores.
It's the sluts and whores that are making you just shine
Yeah.
and exude.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm peaking.
You are, dude.
Yeah, bro. Sunday's my birthday.
I was about to say, Sunday's your birthday.
Yeah, man.
How old are you, bro?
47.
Dude, you look good.
I look
You
good.
look good for 47.
Yeah,
dude.
right? I
It
feel
was the
good.
heroin, dude.
It was the heroin. It was the heroin. That's what I tell people. Now, I'll be 36.
36. Damn,
I'll
dude.
be
You look
that's
young,
for real.
dude.
It was the heroin.
Bro.
I think that's true.
I think it's true, too.
Dude, are you guys for real?
Yeah.
The fuck, dude?
So look, some genius at one of the many treatment centers I've been to said that they actually thought that was real shit because like opiates, like slow down your heart
Yeah.
rate and your breathing, and they literally like dumbed it down so much that I think they honestly believed that like opiate addiction slowed your aging.
Okay, because, well, it kind of makes sense because,
You know?
you only get a certain amount of heartbeats. in
Yeah,
your lifetime.
everything is slowed down. Like that's why. So I was born with asthma,
Yeah.
and when I started smoking cigarettes at 13, and by the time I was 15, it had all caught up with me. And like that, like the whole time I was a kid, I was born with it, and then like it went away.
From smoking six.
Well, no. What I'm saying was I was born with it. I was like in like a bubble, like it was like a big deal. And then I was fine for all the way up until 15. And then it got bad because of the smoking. And then
Oh, I got you.
a couple years later, I'm doing pills, and like my whole addiction, like had to have an inhaler on me at all times. Like
Really?
I would go to the hospital twice a year for like what they would call asthmatic exacerbations, which is basically just like almost deadly asthma attacks.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I was in the hospital. So the last time that happened real bad back home, I was in the hospital for a week. I had a girl living with me. We were using together. And I was in the ICU for the first 4 days. And day one, like I had dope on me as I'm in the emergency room. And like I went to the like I had like they had given me like a breathing treatment. And I had started feeling a little better, but I knew they were going to keep me. And I went down the hall into the bathroom, shot up, came back, and was like, way good.
I'm breathing good
And
now,
then the
guys.
doctor came in. The doctor came in and was like, did you just do something? And I was like, dick in the dirt. I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. But so this girl that stayed with me, she didn't ever leave my side the whole time. Probably because she was from like South Carolina. She would have been helpless.
Yeah.
But like we called the dope man every day from the hospital room.
Oh, Ashley. Wasn't that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. She came over here. She did the fighter podcast.
Yeah. Shout out Ashley. She's
Ashley,
doing.
what's
She's
up?
doing great. I talk
Good.
to her every once in a while.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Dude.
she's doing way better without me. I'll put it that way.
As most women are.
As most of them are. Yeah. Put it that way. But no, bro, it was crazy because like when I was in the ICU and she would go down to like the parking deck and like meet the dope man, we'd come back and I'm in the ICU. I'm hooked up to all the cables, like breathing cables.
Holy shit.
All
dude.
this stuff. And I'd call a nurse in and have them, like, they had to have people unhook me from all this stuff. And I'd go behind the curtain, tell them I was, like, going to the bathroom and, like,
Bang them things.
bang them things. Yeah, for a week straight. Like, in the hospital, the whole time. It was
That's
crazy.
a sad story, but it's
It was
funny
really
for
super
me
sad,
to listen
yeah.
to on
You
the
already
podcast.
have an IV in?
Yeah, and I tried to figure it out. I
It's
tried,
not that hard to
but
figure
it's
out.
yeah. I don't know. I was too impatient. I was like,
I don't know nothing
always
about that,
scared,
dude.
always scared I was gonna fuck it up. You know what I mean? So
I don't know anything about. I never did any of that, like
Good.
IV.
good,
I mean,
good.
I chewed on fentanyl patches, bro. I'm from Sanford.
I
That's
did that
what
a couple
did.
times. Yeah,
I did that all the time.
Yeah.
Shit about killed me multiple times.
yeah, I believe it.
Stupid as fuck. My
Stupid.
man, you got some research over there. What'd you do? Print some stuff out?
Yeah, pretty.
Did you? Get up close to that mic.
I wanted to
dude.
make sure I knew what I was talking
Make
about.
sure you stay up close to
Yeah.
that mic so
Yeah.
everybody can hear you.
Pat came through.
However you sound in that headphone, that's how you'll sound on the. I
got
stay
you.
real close. He's loud, so he.
I
backs
like
up.
to stay
He-
close. I like to hear myself.
He is super loud.
He is. He's
Hey.
It don't matter where he's at.
It doesn't matter where I'm at. Yeah, right.
loud. So how's sales life treating you?
Sales life's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty slow right now.
It's got to turn around 'cause they've
And-
sold $11 million worth of
Yeah.
furniture since January.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest. We have hired a couple idiots.
Oh.
Like the two newest people.
Slow leaks.
Yeah. So the girl is kind of getting it. You know what I mean? The girl is kind of getting it, and she's not weird. The dude, the young dude, that somebody like poached. He was like working at GNC. He was working at GNC. So, you know, one of the guys, I'm not gonna put him out there, but he like is one that goes to GNC
Yeah.
and was like, yeah, you know, I sell furniture. So the kid came in and bought like a couple couches, and as he's like writing up the ticket to sell this kid couches, I guess for whatever reason he thought he'd be good at selling furniture.
Huh.
And
Just like numb nuts.
he,
Just
bro,
just a damn.
for real, like he's a mumbler.
Oh.
And he's like we'll be in like the sales meeting or something. So it's like 7-8 of us, and we're all talking about something relevant together. And he'll be like behind you, and he'll say something. It's like one of those things where you don't really know, like, is he talking to one of us, or is he talking to himself,
Oh God.
or like is he
dude.
talking to anyone who might listen?
Yeah, I think it's probably that.
Right. And it's really like the first couple weeks, like all he would do is like talk to you about like, he would ask me about like my Plenty of Fish account that I don't have.
Oh
And-
yeah, he's just like a dude that goes to the gym. And he's
Yeah.
retarded.
Like he was asking me about Plenty of Fish, like, hey, something, your Plenty of Fish. And I said, bro, I don't have a Plenty of Fish account. And I'm,
Yeah, that's like old school.
yeah,
right?
like he's like talking to me about Tinder matches and shit, and I'm like, I'm trying to stir the pot. You know what I mean? Show me something. So I said, let me see. And he would never want to show
Yeah.
a girl, you know, and he would like, he said something one time like, I don't buy girls drinks. Girls buy me drinks. And I was like, bro, what are you, you're fucking abstinent? Because ain't nobody buying you a drink, Mumbles.
Nah, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the latest thing with him was that no one could find him yesterday. I was off work. Nobody could find him yesterday for hours.
What the fuck?
Turns out he fell asleep in the mattress room.
Wow.
Fall asleep.
Fell asleep for 3 hours in the mattress room.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Make
Candace,
Make sure you give him the link to this podcast. That'll be the passive aggressive way to.
Oh no, somebody brought it up. So like our manager, the guy who brought me on, is super cool, and he obviously didn't give a fuck. But Candace, you know Candace.
Oh, she's on top of her shit.
Yeah, Candace said straight up, like, oh, if I was there yesterday, he'd have been fucking fired.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. So then I saw. So we were about to leave, like 10 minutes before we were about to leave for work, and I'm just sitting there on my phone, and I just see them two like walk to the back of Elaine's office, and like that's never good.
Nah,
Never good.
he ain't going to get a raise.
Yeah, no, he's not going to get a raise. But it only took like 5 minutes, and he didn't have that like I just got fired look. So we'll see.
Huh. Oh, tell me about the lady that shot the guy. I want to know what you know about that. The one that got
police
convicted.
officer.
Oh,
So I didn't even know
like
she was a police
2 years
officer.
ago.
No, it was actually last September. Amber Geiger.
Amber Geiger, yeah. So this woman, she was off duty.
She kind of pretty.
She had just got off work.
Yeah, because
decent looking.
Decent. I
I
mean,
mean,
the
not
mugshots aren't doing her any favors. But
I saw some picture of a
You're
lady.
asking the wrong person
Yeah.
because like any female, he's like, damn. she's
Does she
hot.
have a vagina? Oh,
yeah. But yeah. So apparently she had just gotten off work, right? And she thought she was going home. And the story is that she went into this dude's apartment, thinking it was her apartment. So thinking it was her apartment, she sees a black dude eating cereal in her apartment, and of course she just got off work, so she fucking shoots him.
Oh my
he was,
God,
he was
dude.
26 years old, an accountant.
Yeah, like
eating cereal in his own
eating
apartment.
cereal in his own apartment, obviously unarmed.
Wow. Even if
Fucking
he
shot
was
him.
armed, he could have shot her legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He legally could have shot her.
Yeah.
Now this is the
Good, I'm glad
this
that
is the
bitch
funny
went to jail,
headline
dude.
from the Babylon Bee about this shooting, and because she was just convicted yesterday, she was sentenced this morning. Legal experts warn Amber Geiger verdict could set a dangerous precedent of police officers not being allowed to shoot anyone they want.
Scary when that happens.
I like that. So how do you go in the wrong apartment, first of all?
She was
I
it was
don't know.
she lived in the apartment directly below him, so she got off on the wrong floor.
No way.
Yeah, she got off on the wrong floor. The door was ajar. It wasn't shut the whole way, is what her story is. So she went in, gun drawn. She said he didn't obey her commands or whatever.
Why would he?
Exactly. And,
Bitch, you're in my house.
Yep.
I don't know. I probably would still be like, all right, what do you want me to do?
Well, yeah, if I got a gun on me,
yeah, I'm
probably.
eating cereal. I'm like,
Yeah, here, let me put this down first.
What do you want me to do with the cereal?
Damn.
That's fucked up.
So
Yeah.
10 years.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad she got it. Dude, I'm
So
glad.
here's the question: is what did they?
My phone keeps dying, bro.
Was it manslaughter?
No, it was a murder charge. They had originally
That's crazy.
They had originally charged her with
Second degree?
No, I don't know if it's second degree or not. They originally had charged her with manslaughter. She had posted a $200,000 or $300,000 bond.
Yeah.
They came back 3 months later and they charged her with murder.
Wow.
And she posted a $300,000 or $200,000 bond the second time. So last night was her first night in jail.
Wow. She'd been out on bail the whole time.
She's been out on bail.
I mean, that's a cop. Yeah.
But obviously, like some people were complaining that she didn't get enough time.
I mean, I don't think that, like,
If it was a mistake, I wasn't on the jury. I
Yeah.
wasn't there during the trial. Obviously, in Texas, the
yeah.
jury decides the sentence.
yeah.
And that's the recommendation the judge goes by. They recommended 10 years, so obviously they felt like it was a mistake. If it was a mistake, you got to put it in the hands of the jury. That's what they're
Yeah.
for.
So the thing is, like, I think that if it had been, like, a manslaughter or, like, a negligent homicide or something, like, murder to me, and obviously I'm no legal expert, but, like, murder insinuates malicious intent. And then, obviously, first-degree murder, like, the whole thing
That's
about first-degree is
premeditated.
premeditation, right?
That can be like 10 seconds, can be considered premeditated.
Man, really, though? I feel like a second-degree murder, like that had to have been what it was, a second-degree or third-degree murder, you know. And so I feel like second-degree murder, 10 years is pretty light. Third-degree murder, 10 years sounds kind of appropriate. And then, really, you know, so this case didn't really, knowing that she got time and knowing that she got convicted, this case doesn't really piss me off as much as like a Trayvon Martin or a Eric Garner.
Well, Dallas was like ready for an acquittal.
Oh,
I'm
sure.
They had told all their police officers that they could not request time off.
Yeah.
And they had planned for it if she had got acquitted because they were planning for riots.
Fucking riot, yeah. I mean, look, I really hate to use this word, but I almost feel like out of all the police shootings, this is the most innocent. All the other ones just seem like, I don't know. You know, with all the other police shootings, they seem much more like the stereotypical cop shooting a black guy shootings. Whereas this one, it's almost like you could see.
The thing is, they shoot white people too. You don't really hear about that. They shot a college student here in Wilmington a few years back.
Yeah.
Down in Oak Island. The family had called the police on their son because they felt like he was a danger to himself. The police came out and ended up shooting and killing him. You don't hear nothing about those.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I know
Nationally,
about those because those were local.
Nationally,
like here, you had a kid that was having mental issues. They were called to do an involuntary commitment on them.
Oh, yeah.
And the Oak Island police go down there and shoot him.
Probably wasn't following commands either.
But he was being involuntary committed for a reason. Because
exactly. Fucking bring the tasers out, man. It's just...
Yeah, I don't understand not
so
using non-lethal force first.
Exactly.
If somebody's unarmed.
Exactly.
Why the fuck would you not?
Exactly.
I mean, especially when you're trained and hand-to-hand
the thing is,
combat.
how do you really feel like if you're trained... and you have a lethal weapon, how do you honestly feel like your life is in danger? You can't just bring the taser out?
The only time I'd feel in danger is if they were trying to get my gun. If they were trying to grab my gun, I'm going to have to shoot you.
Right.
But, like, dude, that's the last thing a lot of people want to do is shoot somebody. That's the last thing I would ever want to fucking do. But, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of cops sign up wanting to shoot a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
I mean, I hate to say that, but...
Got to join the Marine Corps, not the freaking law enforcement.
Yeah. High school football players and bullies that didn't make anything of themselves.
Yeah, a lot
Perfect
of them.
candidates to be cops.
A lot of them. And, you know, the reason we don't hear about that type of stuff is because it doesn't fit the media's agenda of what they want to share with us, you know?
Well, yeah, because traditionally, and the way at least I was brought up when I was younger, you're known to respect police. You're taught to respect police, and like traditionally, like they're the good guys.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's the running narrative that no one wants to let go of. You know what I mean? Because if you can't trust the police,
who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
Yeah.
If the police aren't going to be the ones that you can count on to help you, who is? You know, and the sad truth is that narrative is getting skewed more and more.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that a lot of people fall back on that narrative and ignore incidents more and more. You know, like standing behind the blue line and all that kind of shit of, you know.
That's like groupthink mentality. It's like Donald Trump can do no wrong, or the police can do no wrong, or Obama can do no wrong, or Bernie Sanders can do no wrong.
My father's a cop.
Yeah,
he was a cop, and you know the thin blue line shit.
Have you ever seen the Chris Rock "How Not to Get Your Ass Kicked by the Police" on YouTube?
Yeah.
Is
it real old?
It is kind of old.
It is hilarious.
Yeah,
but it's true.
Yeah,
he tells you exactly how not to get your ass kicked by the police.
Yeah.
So,
what do they say?
Basically,
yeah,
it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about the media now is like if it doesn't fit their narrative on what they want you, the way they want you to think, they're not gonna make that story come to the forefront.
Well, I got pulled over in Wrightsville Beach the other week, And like when they were coming like both sides of the car. I just made sure I kept my hands on the steering
Yeah.
wheel.
Oh yeah.
Didn't make no sudden movements. They gave me a warning ticket. Let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've had some run-ins with the cops, but I was being a dick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was me being a dick to them, so they wanted to be a dick back.
Usually when it comes to me, confrontation with the cops, I'm usually pretty polite.
You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win a confrontation with the police.
So I saw a Facebook video that was like made by a lawyer or a law office, and it was one of those like what to do when you get pulled over, and it was like all you got to do is say I'm not answering any questions, and then like they had like videos enacted like if a cop blah blah blah, and they say I'm not answering any questions, and it wasn't they weren't dramatized. Like you could tell that they were from like body cam, like a passenger was, and the police literally would just like turn around and be like, all right, have a good day, and it was like 10 videos.
You have a right to remain silent. Also, you got a Fourth Amendment.
Yeah,
they ask
but
to search you. You tell them no. They ask you why.
Yeah.
You don't have to give them a reason.
And they're talking about invoking the Fifth Amendment, like I'm not going to incriminate myself. And they were saying all that, and I just kept looking back at all the times that cops rolled up on me, like already knowing what was going to happen. You know what I mean? In like the scenarios I was in, and I'm like, if I'd have tried to tell them I'm not answering any questions, they'd have fucking laughed in my face, pulled me the fuck out of the car.
I've told plenty of cops they can't search my car.
I
told a cop he couldn't search my car, and he called the drug dogs, and there's never been drugs in my car. And the drug dog indicated on my car that there was drugs in the car.
I think they can give a signal.
Of course they can,
yeah.
dude. I started talking mad shit. I was like, fuck that drug dog.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was like, fuck that German Malinois. That's what I said. And they got pissed, bro, because that's like saying fuck you to one of their homeboys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got mad as fuck. But they were like tearing my shit apart on the side of the road, dude. I was talking mad shit, and they were talking about taking me to jail for talking shit. I'm like, I shut up. I stopped talking shit.
I bet you did.
I didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah, no shit.
But I was pissed because there's never been drugs in my car, so I was like, how dare you fucking tell me that
the
dog
last time-
indicated on my car. I was calling it a stupid-ass dog and shit.
Last time I got arrested, there was a lot of drugs in the car.
Oh, man, I'm sure.
It was bad. I tried to give them a fake name because I had already had warrants out. I'd already
got
absconded.
warrants. I got warrants, bitch.
Yeah, That's what made me think about that. Like when I
They
was
don't
watching
know
that video,
anything, though. Here's the thing. Like, when they pull up on you, they don't know anything.
where I
Unless
was,
they
they had a
know
pretty
you.
good idea.
Unless they know you, but if they don't know you, they're depending on you
Yeah.
opening your mouth and
Yeah.
making noises and them figuring out
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Because
Yeah.
if you're from a small town
Oh, they know you.
and you do dirt in a small town, there's
Yeah.
a good chance that they know who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so what you been doing research on? What do you got for me, dude?
Oh, I sent you that text Monday. Was it
Yeah,
Monday I sent you
yeah,
that
yeah.
text?
What? Let's read the text. You have the text.
Yeah, because
I just want you to try to elaborate on this for me.
and
I'm sure
a
Bradley
lot
will
of-
get a kick
Did
out
you
of it.
show me? Did you show me this?
Yeah, I should. That's what he
Okay.
said. That's when he
Boy.
said he wanted to come on too.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of things have happened since then. Because let's see here. I texted it to you 4:00 that afternoon,
Right.
and then that night I went back and saw some of Hannity. Hannity even was like mentioned some of these articles. So obviously this stuff was about to some of it started to come to light. I said, what if I was to tell you that the whole impeachment push was a pre-planned attack on Trump to cover up the fact that that the Obama-Biden administration was working with the Clinton campaign in conjunction with the Ukraine to foil a Trump presidency?
And by full of Trump presidency, you mean like make it like get him impeached, make it like a
No,
joke, basically.
This is during the 2016 election. They were trying to get Clinton elected.
Why would they want to do that? Just to keep the Democrats
Be a
in
puppet.
power?
Because the Clinton campaign and the Obama administration was working with foreign countries, foreign assets, to spy on a political campaign.
The same thing they're saying Trump tried to do, is what you're saying.
And what's happening is the Attorney General Barr, his report should be coming out soon. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's probably going to be incriminating to the Obama and Biden administration and the Clinton campaign. So they got this pre-planned attack to strike first to make it look like to do what they're doing.
I mean, that's human psychology, though. Like that's basic human psychology to try to make you feel guilty for some shit because I'm guilty for some shit.
It's like deflection.
Yeah.
Here we go right here.
Let's see what you got.
Politico, by the way, if you do not know, Politico is a left-wing news publication.
Right.
This guy that wrote that article is Kenneth Vogel. He now works for the New York Times, and you know how much the New York Times loves Trump. So,
Yeah, right.
and this is the guy that wrote it. A headline: Ukraine efforts to sabotage Trump backfire. This is dated January 11th, 2017, 9 days before Trump takes office.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Ukrainian government officials tried to help Hillary Clinton and undermine Trump by publicly questioning his fitness for office. They also disseminated documents implicating a top Trump aide in corruption and suggested they were investigating the matter, only to back away after the election. And they helped Clinton allies research damaging information on Trump and his advisors, a Politico investigation found out.
Same guy wrote that.
Yep, that's the Ken Vogel. Let's see here. This is the
I like this shit. I like how we got articles.
This is the Daily.
Very prepared.
Yeah, I like
This
that.
is the Daily Caller. May 17th. Is that May 17th, 2019? I thought that one came out sooner, but maybe not. But that was earlier this year. Still identified Russian dossier sources, notes reveal. Christopher Steele told a State Department official a former Russian spy chief and top Kremlin advisor were involved in an operation to collect compromising information on Donald Trump. The Clinton campaign was the one that paid GPS Fusion to get information on Trump. That's where the whole Steele dossier came from. That's where the whole thing about Trump and the
Russian
Moscow.
collusion.
Yeah, that's where all that started.
Damn, that's crazy. So they actually did what everybody's accusing Trump of doing.
Exactly. Here we got, this is from CNN, April 14th, 2017. British intelligence passed Trump's associates' communications with Russians on to U.S. counterparts.
Wait, read that again.
British intelligence passed Trump's associates' communications with Russians on to U.S. counterparts.
I don't understand what that means.
Okay. British and other European intelligence agencies intercepted communications between the associates of Donald Trump and Russian officials and other Russian individuals during the campaign and passed on those communications to their U.S. counterparts. U.S. congressional law enforcement, U.S. and European intelligence sources tell CNN. So
that's them saying Trump did it.
Okay, this is Trump associates talking to Russians.
Yeah.
The way they found out was from the British. The British was listening in on Trump's associates.
Gotcha.
The U.S. government was basically using a foreign asset to spy on a political campaign.
Oh, so you're saying the Clintons used British intelligence to listen in on Trump's associates?
Yes.
The Clintons in the Obama administration?
Yes.
Holy shit.
The communications were captured during routine surveillance of Russian officials and other Russians known to Western intelligence, British and European intelligence, including the GCHQ, the British intelligence agency responsible for communication surveillance. They claimed they were not proactively targeting members of Trump team, but rather picked up these communications during what's known as the incidental collection. But what happens is, this is
that
the way.
Shit's deep, dude.
This is the way that. This is what's scary about like our rights. Like what the FBI can do is, they can get like one person, and I think they did this with Papanopoulos. They can get a warrant on him, and then all his, let's say like FBI gets a warrant on you, and they want to listen into you. Well, then they can jump from like you talk to me, so then they can go everybody I talk to and start listening in too.
Wow.
It can go from
So there's no like limits on it.
I don't know how many times they can jump. But that's how the FBI was able to get into like the Trump circle.
Wow.
They could get one person. And see, the reason they're doing this is because, like I said, the IG report's supposed to be coming out. The Attorney General's supposed to be having that report coming out. It's going to name a lot of them. Another thing is to Adam Schiff. He's the congressman from California. He is the head person in the intel agency. He claims that they just heard about this a couple weeks ago, about this whistleblower. And another thing about the whistleblower, they just changed the rules. It used to be the rules for a whistleblower had to be first-hand knowledge.
Yeah, couldn't have heard it.
But this
from
was
somebody.
couldn't be hearsay or
couldn't say
second or third party.
I saw a meme that said it was the lead singer of REO Speedwagon was the whistleblower. I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
But here's an article. It's from Fox, but it says whistleblower rules were changed right before the Ukraine complaint.
Wow.
And they basically went and changed the rules that way that whistleblower, they could have hearsay.
Wow.
Adam Schiff claims that he only heard about it a couple weeks ago. Okay? So he heard about it. He claims he heard about it mid-September. Yeah. He sends out a tweet. Let me pull this tweet up he sent out. He sends a tweet out on August 28th. And of course, Twitter don't want me to read this. Because it just took it off. Hold on just a second. I'll pull it up. On August 28th.
That shit'll get people caught up, won't it? That Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not on the Twitter.
I'm on it, but I don't ever.
I feel like I missed it. You know what I mean? I feel like if I were to try and get a Twitter now.
Okay, here we go. August 28th, this is what... Remember, Schiff said he knew nothing about this whistleblower and this account with Ukraine until 2 weeks ago. Yet, on August 28th, he tweets out, Trump is withholding vital military aid to Ukraine while his personal lawyer seeks help from the Ukraine government to investigate his political opponent. It doesn't take a stable genius to see the magnitude of this conflict or how destructive it is to our national security. So if he knew nothing about the whistleblower or nothing about this to mid-September, where did he get the information for this tweet?
Yeah, that's an odd tweet to have.
I think he's working with the whistleblower. All this news reports came out today about that the whistleblower had contacted him before they went. Adam Schiff before they went. Another thing is, I think Nancy Pelosi had a kind of a slip on 60 Minutes the other night. They asked her about it, and this is before the record of the transcript of the phone call came out. And they asked her about it, and she said, yeah, the president called me and assured me that the phone call was perfect, nothing wrong with it. She said it was not perfect, it was wrong. And she goes, I know what was in the phone call. And then as soon as she says it, she corrects what she's saying, and she's like, it's public domain. And I was like, it hadn't been released yet. So you just said you knew what was in it. How did you know what was in it? I think it was a pre-planned. They already had a blueprint laid out. And I think it's all going to come to light here in the next few days. Or the next few months, yeah. I think.
So what's up with the phone call?
But what's going to come to light?
All this stuff.
About the Clinton and Obama collusion.
You got, not only that, you got...
With the Ukraine.
With the Ukraine. I also saw today... Because they're talking about... The big thing is the phone call.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, they claim... I don't know if I can pull up the transcript of that phone call. How quick
Just
that
tell
would
me
be.
what you know about it.
The phone call, the Ukraine had just elected a new president. And then I think that happened earlier this year. But then something else happened in Ukraine where they got complete control of their party system, however it works over there. The president had called them to congratulate them.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while talking to him, what they were saying the phone call said was that he was withholding aid, military aid to him. He never said that. The Ukraine said they didn't even know anything about the military aid being held up. The president of Ukraine said he never felt pressure to do anything, that they were already investigating it anyway. But he asked for it. He did say, can you do me a favor? What the media has done is they've taken two separate conversations in that phone call and like spliced them together.
Yeah.
I've read the transcripts.
To make them fit their narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like they always do.
Yeah, and the favor he asked is he believes this whole Russian hoax started in the Ukraine. And I believe it goes back to Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort was doing something in the Ukraine. Obama had asked the Ukraine to look into Paul Manafort. Which, if you know who Paul Manafort is, if you are a Democrat, Paul Manafort is your political opponent. It don't matter who you are. Paul Manafort is like
The enemy.
behind the scenes, shady
I don't
person.
know who that is.
Him and Roger Stone were like the two people that were
Roger Stone.
the two shady people in the Republican Party.
Since Nixon.
Since
before Nixon.
Well, yeah, Stone's been around since Nixon.
Yeah.
These are the ones that
Oh,
operate.
And
They
those
were-
are all
they
the
were-
ones that got indicted.
These are the ones that were in
Manafort's
Watergate.
in jail now.
yeah,
isn't he?
Manafort's in jail now.
These people were involved in Watergate, correct?
Roger Stone
was.
Okay.
He was the youngest person that was brought up
Yeah.
into Watergate.
There's a really cool documentary on him.
So Netflix has said, "Give me Roger Stone."
Get me Roger Stone.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna check it out.
It's
You
really
got
cool.
to.
It's
You
really
got
cool.
to.
Yeah,
Roger Stone's freaking.
yeah. He's out there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
one of a kind.
he's a
that's for
person
sure.
out. Like he's a personality.
Very eccentric.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's just somebody in the Republican Party.
He
Yeah.
ain't somebody. He is like
He's the guy. He's the man.
he's responsible for Bush getting elected.
Really?
They called Roger Stone.
I kind of want to watch that again now.
Yeah, they
gonna
called
watch it.
Stone when they had to have those ballots counted at a certain time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They called Roger Stone out there with a bunch of people to start like protesting and causing havoc where they weren't able to get the count done and get them turned in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Al Gore could have been a president.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Roger Stone.
Yeah.
He was part of the.
How that would have went, dude. If
he
we'd
was
had
part of
Al
the-
Gore as the president when 9/11 happened.
No climate
dude.
change.
Holy.
He'd have nit
he-
that shit right in the bud.
He single-handedly could have
Man.
stopped climate
Yeah.
change, right?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Don't even get me started on the climate change, man. The climate change, man, I ain't saying that. Okay, first off, I think that just shows you how arrogant people are, as we are as a human race. You've had the earth here forever, and you think the little bit of time that we've been here that we're going to end the earth. Species have been
I mean, I don't think it's
forever.
ridiculous to think that even 100 years.
I don't think it's as bad as it is. It all goes down to they want to implement government control over us, and what better way than to say it? They have been. You can pull articles up dating back to the 60s and the 70s. Time magazine was saying in the 70s that we were going to be in an ice age by 2000. There's article after article
Yeah.
for years saying that. I don't think it's as serious as it is. It's a way for the government to implement more control over us, and that's what I don't get on. I don't understand with these people pushing socialism, why they want to give more control to the government.
I think they got enough control. They have more than enough control right now.
I mean, I don't know why they think the government is the solution to everything.
I don't either.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't get it either.
agree to that.
Like, I hang out with a bunch of hippies. I don't understand why they think, you would think they would be the ones that would be, like, totally against the government, not, like, giving the government more control.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. They can't run the VA. And they want to they want to take over everybody's health care, and they can't even get health care to our veterans right. They want to take everything right. Our infrastructure is crumbling. The freaking my side of town in Wilmington, the freaking roads hitting potholes everywhere. They can't keep the roads paved.
Domino's, shout out Domino's. They fill in potholes now, a privately owned fucking business. Did you know that?
Exactly.
They fill in potholes, bro, and they put a little Domino's sign on them. All you gotta do is call Domino's.
What?
Just call them up, dude. They'll come fill
I'll
the
call
fucking
'em up.
potholes in,
I'll call 'em
dude.
up.
Yeah.
All right.
We need.
I bet you they'll get it filled in faster than the fucking government.
That I
The
believe.
government.
The government.
But what else? Education system's a
Horrible.
freaking joke.
Joke.
I think that's the worst thing we ever did was put the government in control of freaking education.
How about you? What are you planning on doing with the youngin?
What do you mean?
I mean, public school?
Yeah, he's gonna go to public school.
Yeah.
I went to private school.
I bet you did.
But I left private school in 6th grade, and I had no experience with
yeah.
any kind of like real life situations there. It was like being in a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went to private school but I graduated from public school. My last 2 years with public school.
Yeah.
And I was like totally against private school for the longest time. But you know, if I had kids, I think I might really.
I'm just not
consider
gonna
private
spend the
school.
money, dude. I'll teach
I
him.
would
I'll teach him what the
consider
fuck
it.
he needs to know. I will teach him what he needs to know.
Yeah.
I think that's what the problem is. That a lot of parents are not teaching.
Yeah,
kids what they
exactly.
need to
And
know.
that's the
Yeah,
thing is the
dude.
parents.
So
I
what
mean-
the fuck do I know? I got a dog. So.
I mean, but in
you see-
in,
all right,
in
look.
real life though, dude, like what are you learning in school that's
So-
gonna help you in real life?
I shared
You know what I'm
I shared a video, and it was like, damn, I want to find this video of like people doing here. I shared a video of what it's like to do a math problem now.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, I've seen that. It's like freaking.
Like the time it makes this dude, like he solves it.
I've seen
And then
that.
he goes and makes a fucking cup of coffee,
I've
and
seen that.
whoever this is still doing it. Like
It's-
even my mom, like reacted to it on Facebook. Like this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my
I
life.
saw that. It's insane.
It's called Common Core
Like,
math.
that's what
I
you're
know
gonna
what
have
it
to.
is.
Yeah, you're
It's
gonna
been
have to
out,
learn
dude, They've
that.
been doing that stupid shit. I'm not learning shit, bro.
Wow, yeah.
Fuck that. Figure it out, bro. Y'all want to do that stupid shit? I'm not taking part in it.
Like
dude.
that's crazy to me.
I'll tell you what 35 times 12 is. Give me fucking about 2 minutes and a piece of paper and a pencil.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
Okay.
saying, yeah. That guy did it. Now he's making a cup of coffee, and she's still fucking going.
Yeah, but she don't even come up with the right answer, does she?
Yeah, she does.
She does?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Common Core shit I've seen, you don't even come up with the correct answer.
It's crazy.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
What are they doing?
What are they doing
I don't know.
in these schoolhouses, dude? I don't know,
Nothing.
dude. I'll
They're
tell
not-
you this.
nothing.
I'll tell you this about my private school.
Yeah.
And no offense if anybody watches this that went to the same private school as me, but
Shout it out.
I didn't. Grace Christian School. What's up? What's up?
Fuck you.
Hey, but look, dude. They weren't. I didn't learn shit.
Yeah.
They weren't. Dude, they were learning more shit in public school than they were in my private school.
Yeah.
I went to Wayne Christian, and when I switched to public school, I was like way ahead.
See,
of
I
the
was like right there with them, maybe a little bit less.
freaking public school was a breeze after going
Really?
through freaking private school.
I believe
for
that.
me.
I went to a really good, like,
I mean, you're
I went
probably
to public
smart.
school.
You're probably smart too. I'm smart too. So like, I just got in there and did what I had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it depends on the kid. Like, if the kid wants to fucking learn, then they're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Now, in science, I was a little bit behind when it came to science.
Because
but-
you're learning the Bible in
Yeah.
science, dude. That's
Yeah.
why, dude. In a Christian school, they're teaching you got a
Yes.
Bible class.
I will
You don't have a
admit, true.
science class, bro.
I
For
remember-
real?
Check me out, dog.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Check me out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a little bit behind when in biology. and
No
But you
Yeah.
knew about where Jesus went, didn't you?
Yeah.
You
Y'all
knew-
didn't even touch the dinosaur section.
knew-
Oh, I remember like I had failed ninth grade Bible class, and they were like, you won't be able to graduate till you make this class up. And I was
Wow.
like, I already knew then. I was like, I doubt I'll be. And I'd gone to this school since kindergarten. And I was
Yeah.
like, I doubt I'll be graduating from here.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't.
They didn't mention the T-Rex. They didn't mention the Stegosaurus.
Dude,
But
religion.
see, I think you still need to know what everybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
For sure. So you can formulate your own opinion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
To me.
Oh, we had to watch. Our parents had to sign permission for us to watch this video on abortion,
Wow.
and so
Y'all watched the video? We didn't watch a video.
well,
I don't
of course it's a
recall.
pro-life video.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
School,
Of
man.
course it is.
School.
My bad.
But they afterwards we had to write a paper and we had to write our opinions on abortion.
Oh boy.
So I wrote my opinion on abortion.
How old were you?
I think it was 8th grade, so I was like 13.
12, 13.
Yeah, so I basically wrote like, I don't believe it's right, but everybody got their own choice, and
Right.
it's up to you. The choice you make, or whatever choice you make, that's the choice you have to live with.
Yeah.
That's basically what my paper was.
Be like, it's not my choice. I'm not the one having an abortion.
And the principal came to
Exactly.
Jeffrey and he said, if you don't rewrite
No,
this paper,
yeah.
you will not graduate.
For real.
No, they called my parents and
Oh,
told them
I'm
that-
sure
Did
they
they?
did. Yeah, they had a
God
talking to.
damn.
They called my parents and was like, Yeah, he wrote this paper, and we don't think it's right.
It's very disturbing.
And,
Yeah.
I think my dad told him
He
something.
drew a
about-
picture of a dead baby at the bottom of the paper.
I think my dad told him something online like, well, did you tell him to write what his opinion was, or did you tell him to write like a pro-life paper? And they were like, his opinion. He was like, well, I'm pretty sure if you had told him to write a pro-life paper, he would have gave you a pro-life paper.
Yeah,
but
for real.
you didn't tell him that. You told him to write his opinion. He gave you his opinion.
Wow. It's just so crazy how even deep down into the school system,
Yeah.
how biased people can
Did you
be,
have to
dude.
rewrite it?
No, I didn't have to rewrite
Okay.
it.
After your dad, they talked to your parents. but,
After his
like,
dad politely told him to go fuck them.
to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting.
think I'm the
dude.
only one in the class that wrote like a pro-choice paper
Oh,
too.
I bet.
Well, because
And
everybody.
I try to keep it like, I actually did try to write it along the lines where I didn't think they would get too mad about it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
obviously it wasn't good enough.
When you were that, did you know? Yeah, I was gonna say, did you know that you had to like tread lightly?
Oh yeah, it was a Christian school.
Yeah.
We just watched a graphic video of like.
Christians don't kill babies, bro. They kill inmates.
They kill the doctors.
Yeah, and the inmates.
Hey, the doctors. It's like it's justified because like look how many lives you're saving by killing the abortion doctor.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Forget about whatever commandment it is.
It's for the greater good.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Wow.
What do they call that? Egalitarian or something like that?
Oh,
When
I
you-
don't know.
I think it's egalitarian. When you do for the greater good, it's like tribal. Like when they kill off the elderly because they can't do shit anymore, they just come up
Yeah.
behind them and hit them in the chest with a fucking dagger.
Ain't a bad idea, man.
I mean, they can't drive. Worth a fuck.
Egalitarian, relating to or believing in the principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and
Okay,
opportunities.
I was
Probably
wrong
not what you're thinking.
on that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought it sounded good.
Thanks for looking that up.
It could have been.
Actually,
Yeah.
actually, that could.
Don't
be,
ever do that to me again on my
No,
own podcast.
Never fact check you. Yeah, right. My fault.
It just said equal for the.
Yeah.
If you're killing all the old people, that's pretty equal.
Yeah, you don't discriminate.
Yeah.
But it is crazy how like they. You know what I've noticed, and tell me what you guys think. But I've noticed that people's political opinions, most of the time, reflect on their personal experience with life and the way they were brought up, or the way that they live now, or just experiences that they've had in general. Like I just feel like most of the time, that's the way it goes. Do you think that's?
Yeah, and that's probably why you have certain regions that kind of like share the same political views.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what our forefathers saw too. That's why we got electoral college. That way we don't have like Los Angeles and New York City deciding all our elections.
Or Texas.
Yeah, or Texas,
Yeah.
because you got that.
I'd be cool with Texas deciding all our elections. dude, to be real
I don't
with
know,
you.
man. All these
boy.
people from California are fleeing to Texas, and which,
Muddy in the waters.
yeah, you got and same thing with all these Yankees coming down here, man. It's
Well,
all
you got to
good
take
for
a
the-
look.
Muddy in the
If you're
waters.
from California and you moved to Texas, you got to take a look at why did you go to Texas? You
Yeah,
dumb
but
fuck.
they're bringing their political beliefs with them, man.
What made you go to Texas?
You got to
bitch?
kind of know your audience, right? Like, you got to kind of understand what you're in for and maybe bring it down a couple notches.
Yeah.
Speaking of Texas, freaking Mr. Beto O'Rourke, we talked about him last time.
Yeah.
Did you see where he was at Kent State? He
I
was
saw that he was at Kent State. Yeah,
He was
what
at
happened with
Kent.
that?
He was at Kent State, and I guess some people like showed up with some guns.
Yeah, I heard
So
about
he
that.
tweets about it, and he was like, "How dare you try to intimidate us at Kent State, where 4 college students were killed on this campus?"
Oh, and the CIA killed him, or the
freaking
the
National Guard
killed him.
Yeah, somebody like replied to the
Yeah.
tweet was like, "You just made my case why I'm keeping my
Yeah.
AR."
Yeah.
Like the government killed those 4 students.
Dude, you don't. What do these motherfuckers not think before they tweet shit
I don't
out?
know. Like, it's really sad when something like that happens, and you're like, bro, like, you got all these people around you. Like, are you not like using anyone as a sounding board and being like, hey, do you think maybe
You
this
think
is
I should post this tweet, or you think this is dumb, Brad?
Yeah, right. And like, you got no one around you to be like,
Well, you know, the National Guard.
it was the
did
National
that.
Guard did that, and like, if anybody could, somebody could have been like, bro, that's a bad move, and like, crisis averted.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Like, he's not Trump. Like, Trump, nobody's gonna say to him like, Mr. President, like,
Don't tweet that.
don't tweet that.
They're not gonna say that.
For whatever reason. They're not going to do that. But like,
He's got a lot of
he's
yes
just a
men.
like he's
He's got a lot of yes men.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing I don't like.
Yeah.
I think you need to surround your people that will tell you no.
Absolutely. Somebody's.
But
look,
the
here-
fact is, furthermore, along with that, he doesn't have it in him to take that criticism.
That's what I don't know if there's anybody that could tell.
No,
him.
like you.
The ones
he
that
could
tell
have
him
a
no,
room
I
full
don't
of
think hang
people.
around too
I
long.
don't think so
Yeah,
either.
he could have a room full of people being like, "Bro, that's a bad move." You know what I mean? But like, he's not going to be like, "I think it's a good move."
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
good
it's
move.
not
It's
gonna.
the best move.
It's the best move. You know, he's just that type of person. Like it
I
doesn't
do,
matter.
but there's a flip side to it, man, because I like somebody who is not influenced.
But yeah, true. And one thing I can say about Trump, he will like some people call it backpedaling or flip flopping, but you know, I think he's rash when he does some things, and then he'll backtrack on it. Like I think after he thinks about it, like he has no problem with changing his mind. That's for sure because the vaping.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
there
true.
was one day he was all about like we're gonna ban freaking flavored e-cigarettes, you know, and then he kind of like backtracked on that. I guess when he found us all us libertarians were like comparing the vapes to the guns.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, he finally like backtracked and was like, okay, we're gonna go after the black market.
Slept on it. You know,
Yeah.
Like you should do on all your tweets, President Trump. Just sleep on
For
it.
real, sleep
One
on every
night,
tweet,
buddy.
For
That's
real.
all we need from you,
For
bud.
real.
You know, if like I would be die hard for Trump, dude, if he like would start thinking just a little bit longer about shit. I'd be a lot more supportive of him. But I mean, honestly, bro, I'll be real with you. If I was president, I'd be way worse. Way fucking worse. I'd be fucking worse, bro.
I don't know, man. If I were president,
Okay, well,
I don't know.
who out of this bunch of clowns that are running right now is gonna be better than Trump? I like Tulsi, but
I like Tulsi Gabbard.
I don't know if she's got a chance. She did. She's going to be on the next debate, so she finally got up in those polls.
That's good.
So she's going to be there.
It
but,
makes
I
me
mean,
think that it's not rigged.
it's still rigged.
Yeah. But I'm saying
Right.
just for her to get in there, I mean,
Yeah.
that helps me try to
I
believe
mean-
in the good. But
And, did you see the news on Bernie today?
Yeah,
no,
man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just had a heart stent put in.
He had a blockage. He had 2 stents put in. He had a
Yeah.
blockage.
I ain't worried. Bernie's gonna die
But-
before he fucking.
Well,
election.
no. So somebody
He's old
sent
as fuck,
me
dude.
somebody sent me on Instagram. They tagged me in something, and all I said was, yeah, his 5-year plan of not dying just got kicked up to 7 years. I said that's good. I was like,
Yeah.
he's just healthier now. That's all.
Shit. Yeah. He's old as fuck, dude.
He's old as fuck.
I can't
I
get
think
with
he's
no
the-
old ass dude,
he's the
And
bro.
see, the one that
Bro,
scares
all the presidents are always old.
the
Nah,
one,
Obama wasn't.
the one
George
Except
Bush
Obama.
wasn't.
Clinton
Bullshit.
wasn't.
Clinton wasn't. George Bush
Clinton
really
wasn't.
did.
No.
George Bush didn't act like an old dude. He was just dumb.
Think about Reagan.
Reagan.
Bush-
I think Reagan
Bush
was probably
Senior.
already showing signs of Alzheimer's. by
Probably.
near the end of his
Yeah.
second term.
Yeah.
But
Going back, I mean, Jimmy Carter was old when he became president.
Yeah, he was
LBJ was old when
I just
he
think we
became
need a
president.
younger person. I think we need like a. What do you got to be? 45.
no, 35. Tulsi's 37.
No
Come on,
way.
man.
It
That's
used to be
fucking
45.
No, 35. It's always been 35.
Yeah, you're right. 35.
Tulsi's 37, and she's not even the youngest candidate.
Oh, there's somebody
Huh.
younger than her.
Mayor Pete's 37, but it's
I
just
don't know
by
who that
miles.
is.
Wow.
Pete Buttigieg, the
Yeah,
Fort
yeah.
Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Openly gay.
Yeah, openly gay.
Huh.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
They asked him.
I don't know if I think it would actually color his platform. I think it's just a.
It would definitely color it rainbow color.
I think it's just a. I think it's just a. It's a tactic.
You think so?
think it's
Just
just a
some
tactic.
kind of leverage to
Absolutely.
make him stand out.
I can already see it's going to be Warren Buttigieg 2020. You got the woman, you got the gay, you
Oh,
got
yeah.
the diverse ticket. There
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
There's your ticket right there. Warren scares me though, man. At least Bernie is like honest with his plan and what it's
Yeah.
going to cost, what it's going to do. Elizabeth Warren ain't really that much. Even Stephen Colbert tried to call her out on it. You know, she says that her plan. Okay, these. If you look it up, these economists, and these are not conservative economists. These are like some of the liberal ones. Her plan is going to cost $145 trillion. She says the 1% is going to pay for it. But the only problem is what she's talking about taxing the 1%. it's only going to pay for 1% of her plan. The her tax on the 1% is only going to be 1.45 trillion.
Wow.
Her plan is 145 trillion. Every figure that studies it says that your income tax is going to double and your payroll tax is going to
Holy
triple
shit! I
on the
can't
middle
have
class
that, bro. I cannot
under
have
her
that.
plan.
I can't have that.
This freaking Medicare.
They take
fraud.
enough fucking money from
And
me.
she's saying that in the long run, it's going to save people money because you're going to save. You're going to save on your health care. Bradley, how much did you spend on health care this year?
I mean, I don't have health insurance.
Have you spent any money on health care?
You been to the doctor?
Not really. I mean,
So-
yeah. I mean, I got bills. I don't know what they are. Bro, I know. Like, that's not even a joke.
I
Like,
know,
that
but I love
sucks.
how honest you
Yeah.
are,
Have you
dude.
spent money on health care?
Yeah.
I paid. Well, I got health insurance, so I paid.
Yeah.
You asking me how much am I paying to go to the doctor?
Like, how much do you think you spend on health care?
So
this
I'm
year?
probably gonna pay because
$50.
I'm in.
$50
$50.
fucking
real?
dollars.
So
For Wayne?
I went to the doctor one time. I paid
Oh, that was a
$50
copay.
out of pocket. Yeah,
okay, so you
But they
pay
take it out of your
$50.
check.
they take it out of my check. $250 a month.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna end up paying.
Yeah, because I'm
They pay the other $250. So our company pays.
Yeah.
We pay half. They pay half. So it's
Yeah.
$500 goddamn motherfucking dollars a month
Yeah.
for a 29-year-old to have fucking health care.
You got vision and dental?
I got dental. I don't need vision. I can see you fine.
So will
I
you
can't.
be happy
I can't.
with your income tax doubling and your
I wouldn't be happy with it going
your
up one
payroll
more
tax
fucking dollar than it is
tripling,
right now. No,
but then you don't have
no.
to pay for health care though.
Ah.
I mean, it's $250 a month.
So would you be saving money?
Fuck no, I'd be losing money.
Exactly.
I'd be losing a lot more
You got
money.
some people. You got some people that they go years without spending money on health care. You know,
Like when you say healthcare, you're saying going to the doctor,
going to the doctor,
or you're
whatever.
saying your monthly
Paying it out of
Yeah.
pocket
insurance.
is what you mean.
Yeah, what
yeah.
you're paying. Yeah, and so there's some people that don't even pay. So I don't like some people that don't go to the doctor or don't spend money on health care. I don't know how they're going to be saving money with their payroll and
Yeah.
their income tax doubling and tripling. I don't.
You're not
Yeah,
going
you're
to
not.
save money. There's no fucking way.
And I think I talked about this before. Taxing me and paying taxes for national defense. That's collective good. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for me. Don't take my money to give it to someone else. I just don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Now Elizabeth Warren's coming out and saying that we should pay for sexual reassignment surgery. Fuck no! Do not
Negative.
take my money.
That's an elective surgery.
Exactly. Are we going to pay for breast implants too?
Were you going to pay for me to go get steroids if I fucking want them?
I
Bitch.
guess so. Everything's free, man.
That's fucking crazy, dude. Dude, there's no. I mean, we've been hearing it our whole life. There's no such thing as free. There's not.
Yeah,
There's
just because
fucking
you're not paying for it does not mean
Somebody
ain't.
paying
Yeah.
for it, dude. Yeah, that's what bothers me about Bernie is the fucking universal healthcare shit.
Well, see that at least he's honest though. He will tell you, yeah, it's gonna go up. You ask Bernie a question, he don't think about it.
Yeah.
You got Kamala Harris, she ain't gonna answer anything
Yeah.
unless it's been polled first. And
These
so-
people are ridiculous.
Doesn't that drive
bro.
you crazy?
That drives me crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And then, that was another thing with the whole back to Biden and this Ukraine thing. It goes to Hunter Biden got first off, he got kicked out of the Navy for failing a drug test.
Oh.
His dad had got him in the Navy. Then he got kicked out of the Navy for failing a drug test. After he gets kicked out of the Navy, he gets hired by a company in China. I forgot how much money he was making there. Then he gets hired by an energy company in the Ukraine. They're paying him $50,000 a month.
Damn.
Okay, he has
Let me
no
hold something.
he
Yeah.
has no experience in that field and no knowledge of that area.
Christ.
The average income for somebody in the Ukraine is $348 a month.
Holy
shit, dude.
He's
So
made-
what are you
they're-
trying to say?
They're paying him. His dad is vice president. Just got put in charge of the Ukraine, and then all of a sudden he gets a company. He gets a job with I think the company was called CrowdStrike or something, a corrupt company. His father was put in charge over there to overlook it to help weed out the corruption, and then his son gets a job with one of the most corrupted. Biden said he knew nothing about it, but there's a picture of him playing golf with the guy from the company in the Ukraine with him and his son. I just saw a video from press conference where they used to have the press secretary do the daily briefings, which
Yeah.
Trump ended. It was Obama's press secretary in 2014, and right after Hunter Biden got that job, they had asked Obama's press secretary, "Do you think there was a conflict of interest?" And you could tell he was kind of uncomfortable answering. He was like, "Well, the vice president's children, they are private citizens. You would have to direct this question to the vice president's office." So in
Just trying to
2014,
redirect to somebody
Cop and a plea.
past the buck.
yeah, 2014 they were asking these questions. But what made me think of that, we were talking about Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris. Both of them have been asked
Yeah.
about, would you allow your vice president's children to work for a foreign company where influence? Elizabeth Warren, at first she goes no, and then she realized that what she just said was kind of condemning Joe Biden and all that stuff. So then she backtracked and she was like, "Well, I don't know. I have to go back and check my plan and see what it." And she backtracked.
How ridiculous is that?
Freaking Kamala
They're
Harris.
all controlled by the almighty dollar.
Kamala Harris
Yeah.
gave a cringeworthy answer, and I was like, two of these candidates have already been asked this question. The other candidates might want to go ahead and prepare. Prepare an
yeah,
answer.
they're gonna ask you too, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. So when's the next debate?
I had to look it up. It's
How was the
this
Bernie
month.
rally?
I had to
It was
bite
cool.
my tongue.
Yeah, he
Did
was
you?
squirming a
Tell
little
me
bit.
about
yeah.
it. Tell me about it.
I
So
mean,
you
it
guys
wasn't
seen
like-
Danny Glover?
Yeah, Lethal Weapon, Murtaugh in the house.
Yeah. You're
Look,
like the white Danny Glover, by
I
the
would
way.
love to think
I mean,
so.
you are, dude.
I really
You
appreciate it.
got a
I'm
strong
getting too
chin,
old for this
strong
shit.
jawline and
Yeah.
shit.
So look, aside from me, like I'm not the biggest political person, certainly that we know.
He was just cheering because he was hoping to hook up with one of those Bernie supporters.
Bro, by the way, don't ever go to Chapel Hill if you like good-looking girls.
Yeah, that was.
What?
Sorry
was
if anybody from Chapel Hill was watching.
I don't give a fuck. They're ugly.
Are you serious?
Bro, like the hottest girl there, A, was probably visiting, and B, the hottest girl, like a UNC Chapel Hill girl is like a fucking soft 6 here.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
the
was-
plainest girls you ever seen.
And they look so young too. And he was like, maybe it's because we're
disappointing.
getting older. They look young. I was like, dude, we live in Wilmington. We were up around
yeah.
UNCW. I was like, the girls
Yeah.
at UNCW do not look as young as these girls. And
Yeah. Like they look like they graduated from middle school and then got to college scholarships.
Holy shit. So
Yeah,
this is who was at the Bernie rally.
A lot of long skirts. I'm saying like a lot of like sweater. Like it was just I was like, damn,
It's
like
90 degrees, bitch.
they were fucking super plain.
Ugh.
Just the plainest
Now
shit you
that's
ever seen.
cringeworthy.
Now
dude.
there was a couple of them, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, this girl's out of place." Because a couple of them was like, you could tell they were the belle of the ball.
Ugh.
And what was funny too is like
We're lucky here.
the students
sure are.
The students like entered one way, and then the general public had to go in another way, and like there was like nobody in line in the general public line. Like,
Well, we got there really early.
yeah, but I'm comparing it to Trump.
Yeah, and see that's what I was saying. That's what I was getting to. Like I wanted to go. I wanted to go because I thought it would be like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
For
I
sure.
thought it'd
It's
be
a cool experience.
cool experience. Yeah, but like I saw videos of him going to the Trump rally, and like kind of thought there would be that kind of fanfare, like.
Trump
But it was-
Trump was a festival atmosphere.
That's what I'm saying.
You had
I-
people selling merchandise in the parking lot. You
I
had
thought
people.
it would be cool.
It was like Trump had his own little shakedown street. You know,
Yeah.
They had the booth set up, selling all the.
Yeah. We were there standing there for a while, and I'm like, God damn, my fucking back hurts. Like, can we get on with this thing or what?
Yeah,
So like you're waiting on Bernie.
We were waiting on Burn.
yeah.
So they put Danny Glover.
And it's like they kept bringing out more speakers, and like every time a speaker closed, it like their words, it felt like they were alluding to Bernie being the next speaker. And then they would be like, and now here's state senator, and we're like, what the fuck?
And
Like,
then they introduced like his campaign manager or something.
Yeah,
and the
come
dude introduced her as Comrade so and so. I'm like, Comrade. I'm like, really?
the
Your
the
boy
young
there?
the younger black guy was cool. I don't know who he was, but he was real cool.
I think we were supposed to know who he was. I think he
Yeah.
was somebody famous. But
I don't know.
sorry, I wasn't up to date on my
Ben
pop culture.
Ben from Ben and Jerry's kicked it all off.
Yeah.
He said ice cream 2020.
Yeah.
I said, all right, cool.
Bernie
you
gets
got to
a-
come with the free ice cream.
Oh,
homeboy.
they
Yeah.
did. They said if
Okay.
Bernie gets
All right.
elected, there'll be a pint in everybody's refrigerator.
Yeah.
Huh.
And we're
Yeah.
walking, and like right spitting distance from the campus, there's a Ben and Jerry's, and we
Yeah.
were like, "Damn, I wonder if like Ben went to go like
Why would you not
scope
give
his
out
shit
free
out.
Shit?
I don't know."
Yeah,
So
you're all
I-
about free shit. They should have gave out
Yeah,
free shit
yeah.
at
You
the
want to
fucking
give
rally,
all my
man.
fucking shit away? Why
I
don't
talked
you
to
give your shit
somebody.
away?
Yeah, I talked to somebody who was there, and she said that they did have like a couple merch tables. And I was like, well, I don't know how the fuck we missed it.
We didn't even get a Bernie sign. I wanted a Bernie
Yeah, I
sign.
kind of wanted a Bernie sign.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Yeah,
I got a
Get him
Trump
to sign it.
I got a Trump pin sign
That
at home. I
wouldn't
wanted a
happen.
Bernie sign to go with it.
yeah, that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But like Bernie was cool. Like he touched on like all his topics, and like I like how
He did say something I agree with. He said, "Make sure you get all your friends out there to vote." I'll do my job on that.
yeah,
it
was
I like
cool.
it. So it was different than the Trump rally. It's
Yeah.
just like a bunch of maniacs
Yeah.
at the Trump rally.
Yeah, it was. But still, you had your ignorant people at the Trump rally too. I heard a lot of Fox talking points
Yeah.
from the people at the Trump rally, like the people like in the audience. But a lot more hatred I felt was spit from the Bernie stage
Really?
than the. Okay, when you sit there and you're calling Trump and all his supporters racist, homophobes,
Were they doing that?
xenophobes.
Were they doing
Yeah,
that?
they were shooting out that xenophobe.
What
word
does that
a
even
lot.
fucking mean?
Xenophobe
Oh, it's
is
like a non-patriotic.
Xenophobe is like
You're scared of
against
immigrants.
Immigrants, yeah.
You know, if you look up patriotism on Google, it says xenophobic now on fucking Google. Google it right now, dude.
That
look
is
up
crazy.
look up patriotism. It says xenophobic. Fuck you, Google. Fuck
That
you.
is causing the division.
Absolutely.
At the
So
Trump-
they were calling Trump supporters racist and shit.
They were talking about pulling
I
down.
don't have that on here.
They were
Look up
talking.
patriotism on Google,
Patriotism.
and then go where it says more. Where it's a
don't say
synonym. What is it? Not a synonym, but
patriotism definition.
All right, let me look it
The
up.
quality of being patriotic.
No, not the definition. It's not
Here we go.
synonym or.
Chauvinism.
That's bullshit too. Chauvinism on patriotism.
Xenophobia. Yeah, it's on
dude,
here.
Xenophobia.
Xenophobia.
What the fuck am I looking
Isolationism.
at?
Right here, man. Look.
How ridiculous is that? So if
I mean,
I'm patriotic, I'm also xenophobic, or I'm chauvinistic because I'm patriotic. Get the fuck
Obviously
out of
so.
here, dude.
Oh, yeah, I
Get
see
the
it.
fuck out of here. We can't even
That-
trust a Google definition, bro.
Oh, I quit
Wow.
using Google and dictionary.com. I noticed that when I had my public speaking class in college, I picked up on the some of the definitions on dictionary.com were kind of like very liberal, left wing type.
Man, that shit's got to stop, dude.
Definitions.
That shit's got to stop because it's gonna push people to vote for. It's gonna push people in the wrong direction. It's divided.
That's what's causing the division, you know.
Dude, I can't believe they were saying that about people who support Trump and shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
They were
dude.
talking about trying to keep
That's
up
crazy.
these racist monuments.
Yeah.
They mentioned Silent Sam.
So they're talking about the Confederate monuments.
Yeah.
Like, okay, come on, bro. If you forget your past, you're doomed to fucking repeat it. That's how it goes.
But
That's how
what-
history has
What
played
does
out.
that mean in this context?
It means if we take the fucking statues down, people are gonna forget that slavery was fucking
I don't
real.
think anybody's going to forget that.
50 years from now, you don't think that's gonna happen?
Fuck no.
When they're so far removed, how
Definitely
far
not.
removed are we from fucking slavery?
Uh,
We didn't go to
About
segregated
150
schools.
years.
Yeah,
We're
at least.
150 years.
My dad graduated from Goldsboro High in 1969. His class was the last segregated class.
Yeah.
So you don't think
No one's
50
gonna-
years from now, people
No.
are gonna forget?
No, because it's still going to be a problem in this country.
The
Slavery?
people I think that's
Racism.
Oh,
I
right.
think
I'm
the
talking
people
about
that's
slavery.
called
I'm saying that-
Racism's always gonna exist.
Right, I'm
People
saying,
are
and
always
because
gonna
of
be
that,
prejudiced.
and because of that, slavery is always going to be like.
I think it's the people accusing everybody of racism is the reason that's keeping it alive.
Well-
It's probably fueling the fire for
Fuck
sure.
yeah.
It's probably fueling the fire, but the problem is on both. The problem is on both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On one side, it's a problem because.
There's fine people on both sides.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. The problem is the actual racists first and foremost. B, there's another deeper problem I don't know if it's deeper than actual racism, but I think the problem is when someone is brought up in a racist household that doesn't necessarily have any beliefs of their own yet, that maybe aren't willing yet to have an open mind about changing those views. Does that make sense?
Like the child that's brought up in
like
the household.
the child that's brought up in a racist household. Now, the racist father is a racist through and through.
Right.
But I'm saying a child that's brought up in a racist household that, you know, has no basis for having that opinion. You know what I mean?
Other than his family ingraining that into him.
Exactly.
And see, this is another thing too. They want to like label Trump in with the white nationalists, and like he supports the white nationalists. The white nationalists support him. Actually, if they knew what they were talking about, the white nationalists are not that happy with Trump. You got a guy, Jared Taylor. I wish I could find the video, but he has a thing. He has like a 10-minute long video talking about all his issues with Trump because he don't believe Trump's lived up to what he's supposed to be.
What do you think? I just want to go back. Like, what do you think about the Confederate statues? Like, about them wanting to tear the motherfuckers down?
I don't think they ought to be tore down.
No, they shouldn't be torn down. And why do you think Germany still has all their shit from the fucking concentration camps? Because they don't ever want to fucking forget.
I had I think it's my third.
That's the worst shit that ever happened in pretty much hundreds of years.
My third great grandfather was in the 49th Georgia Regiment. He was infantry. His regiment was at Appomattox. What the fuck is it called? Appomattox Courthouse. When Lee surrendered, he was not there because he was in the hospital in Richmond where he got injured in the thigh in Lexington like 8 days before. So I got an ancestor that fought for the state of Georgia during that war. So to me, that monument is is for him. You know, that's my ancestors. You know.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of what they were fighting for, is what you're not. I mean, you obviously
they
don't
were fighting
support.
for. It was, they had a right to secede.
Yeah.
South Carolina just they're looking into like this is straight up. There's a couple South Carolina congressmen that like state congressmen that have are putting a thing together for South Carolina to secede if they move forward with these gun bans and stuff.
No shit.
And you kind of laugh about it, but you think about it, South Carolina was the first one to do it last time.
Damn,
So-
that's crazy. What do you think about Germany keeping up all the concentration camps because that's what they believe?
So I looked up. I was looking to see if Auschwitz was still standing.
It's still standing.
Yeah.
It's still
It's a
there.
museum.
Yeah, they don't ever want to forget that.
Well, so look. So right here it says in 2017, a Korber Foundation survey found that 40% of 14-year-olds in Germany did not know what Auschwitz was.
Well, luckily it's still there, and they can go fucking look at it and know it's real.
Yeah, okay, but here's
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
Because 50
I
years
do, I
from
just
now,
don't agree with it.
That's fine. But
Yeah.
50 years from now, they're not going to know. They're not. We didn't experience slavery. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
But
Like,
you talk about the concentration camps too. Like I had posted this thing on Facebook about it was basically comparing Nazis to a certain political party. It didn't name the party, but
well, what was
obviously-
the Nazi Party? What did it stand for?
Nationalism.
Socialism.
It standed for National Socialist Party. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
But they separated God from the state. Universal health care.
took
They
the guns, disarmed the citizens.
all that. And they did not start off with like saying, hey, we're going to kill all the Jews. The thing people forget is there was like some rumors going around about the concentration camps, but they did not really know about the concentration camps or the extent of them till after the war.
That's
when
crazy.
the war was
That's
going on, they did
fucking
not realize
crazy.
what was going on.
So it's crazy we're talking about this. I just watched a movie on HBO like 2 days ago. It was called Conspiracy. And it was 12 high-ranking members of the Nazi Party had a meeting in this like mansion in Berlin. and they were talking about that's like when they came up with the final solution. So,
Exterminating the Jews, you're saying.
right. So originally, the plan was that they were evacuating
The Jews.
They were evacuating the Jews. Yeah, and the problem came up that like now we have nowhere to put them, no one will take them, and all this stuff, and little by little, and you see in the course of this like hour and 45-minute movie, and this all really happened. Like it was so secret. It was so secret that only like the copy of the notes, one copy of the notes was ever retrieved, and that's where the basis for this movie happened.
Damn.
So it's a true story.
Damn.
And yeah, they came up with like it's crazy. You see them talking about like, you know, and a couple of them were like, "What are you talking about? Killing these people?" Like they were like, "Look, of course we got to get rid of them, and of course that we're superior, but like, you're not gonna fucking kill all these people." And it just slowly the tide turned.
And see, also they wanted to like
Damn, that's crazy.
they wanted
dude.
to call Hitler a nationalist. Hitler was not a nationalist; he was a globalist. You know, he was killing his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people.
Yeah.
He was he was going for global domain.
Well, he didn't consider them to be his people, is the thing.
Yeah, but still, he was not a nationalist. He was a globalist.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's scary to think about. It really is. That's the only.
Yeah.
That's one of the big reasons I say don't tear down the
Here's
Confederate
look,
statues.
and this is why I say this is why to be honest, I agree with tearing down the Confederate statues, and I think
You're a fucking Yankee.
I'm glad we're not on
Here we go.
Facebook Live because they be laying into you, bro.
No, this is what I'm saying is I think that I think that the reason these people want to do it, like I'm just saying, like I'm.
Fuck them people. I want to know what you think and why you think it.
Well, what
Fuck
I'm
all
saying
them
is,
people.
I personally don't really have a problem with it. It doesn't affect me one bit. I'm not around any Confederate. Like I have nothing
but
to
could
do
it
with the
affect future generations? That's my point.
My only thing is that I can see how some people believe that having them up is a way to possibly further fan the flames and have something to, like a monument for.
To never forget. It's like 9/11. We don't want that to ever happen again.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is for people that still, for racists, for
Yeah.
people that still agree with
But see, that's what
segregation.
pisses me off is the racists. I feel like they hijacked
Well, yeah, I'm
the
saying
flag.
like
Nothing made me more pissed off than when I lived in West Virginia and I saw West Virginians flying the Confederate flag, because I'm like,
because they were Union states.
Yeah,
Well, it's 'cause they were
They were
racist.
the only. West Virginia
That's
was
why.
the only state to secede. The only state that was created because of the Civil War. Virginia had seceded from the Union, and then West Virginia seceded from Virginia and stayed with the Union. Virginia was one whole state.
Yeah.
Right.
Up
And
until
so they're
1861.
flying. You're saying because they're racist, basically. That's why.
Yeah, you know.
There's no other
'cause,
reason.
yeah,
'Cause
Virginia, it's not the West
for
Virginians.
Confederate. It's not for like.
That's the way I feel. Like, if you're not from the South, you don't have a right to fly the Confederate flag.
No, I agree with that.
I mean, I can't argue with you. I mean, why would you?
And like when the Klan,
Unless you believe in that shit.
when the Klan is like sitting there marching with the Confederate flag, you're not helping our cause any.
Yeah,
No.
that's a hijacking.
When the neo-Nazis are marching with the Confederate flag, you are not helping our cause
Nope.
any.
Nope.
right.
Yeah, that's my thing about it. Is just like have tangible evidence out there for a 14-year-old kid, the 40% of 14-year-old kids who have never heard of Auschwitz,
Yeah.
to have tangible evidence like, oh, this is real. Oh, they took people here and they starved them to fucking death.
But this is what I'm saying about the Confederate statues and the difference between the Confederate statues and Auschwitz, right? And even 9/11. Okay, so 9/11 and Auschwitz, those are memorials with the express purpose to showcase a tragedy and to be a reminder that something like this never needs to happen again.
Yeah.
Whereas the Confederate statues are usually all, quote, heroes of the Confederacy. So they're idolized and made to be heroes. Those Confederate statues are not like memorials of what should never happen. You know, these are all people that are considered to be heroes, thus being someone to look up to. It's never ever painted in a negative light. And that is the reason, from what I understand, of why they want to be torn down, because they're memorializing it in a negative way, and they're glamorizing it, and they're romanticizing it like this was a fallen hero. And
who though? What ignorant?
Do you know what the
fuck?
difference?
But I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I get that.
Do you know what the difference between a revolutionary and a traitor is?
What?
The traitor lost.
Traitor got caught.
Huh?
Right.
George Washington, all our founding fathers.
Benedict Arnold.
Well, Benedict Arnold was a fucking traitor.
He was a traitor.
That was a different traitor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody, but if England had won, you know,
He'd have been a hero.
He would have been a hero,
Right.
But he was even hated by the British. Like,
Yeah, he was
able to get out of his country.
scapegoat. Yeah, he was a joke.
He went into England, and like they didn't even like him in England because he turned it back on his own country. You know,
Right.
I guess.
Exactly.
But all our founding fathers have been traitors and hung.
Revolutionaries. Right.
But instead, they're like, great. I wish we had, man. I don't think there's anybody around today that's intelligent as our founding fathers. The way they were able to foresee things.
They had the foresight, exactly.
Yeah, it was. I don't think we have that today.
Yeah, it sucks kind of that we.
And even more so, the problem is that I believe that there are people that are that intelligent and have that foresight. But the thing is that I think is not helping those people specifically is the fact that everyone has such a loud voice now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one stands out. And for every good idea and like clear, succinct opinion of something that one person has, you have 10 fucking idiots that have just allowed a voice to drown out, the good.
Yeah.
And I believe in free speech, and I believe that everybody gets a deserve. I'm just saying, like it was never, like in previous generations, those people, the revolutionaries or like the Einsteins or the luminaries, the Tesla, like they all were heard, and they were, because, oh man, how do I say this?
Shouldn't it be the opposite?
Well, no,
than it is now. Like you had those people that you're talking about,
Yeah.
like the Teslas, and shouldn't it be the opposite? Everybody has a voice, so there should be 20 Teslas. There should be 100 Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like there's people. There was probably people in the country when Tesla was alive that were just as smart as him, but couldn't get their voice out.
I think we're, so for every okay, so I think that if technology and the scope of knowledge as it is today, I think if that were as big back then, there would have been 50 times more astrophysicists and biologists.
Yeah, why is that,
and stuff.
though?
I'm saying, like, I think that, like, the intelligence to knowledge ratio today is getting so fucking skewed. You know what I mean? Like, we as a people know more than we ever did, but I think we're breeding less and less intelligent people.
How?
Why don't I think a lot of it has to do with culture?
Like how though?
Dumbed down society. I don't know. I mean, what do you blame that on? Do you blame that on the media? Do you blame that on social media? Do you blame that on
all that has to
you know
do
what I
with
mean?
it. Social
yeah,
media,
exactly.
the media.
It's a huge butterfly effect, I think. But I don't think that's why Elon Musk is so big. Like, Elon Musk is one of a kind. I just think that, like, think about, if you think about the like the Edison Tesla rivalry back then, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't the only ones in the game, or like that was like electricity, but you had other people here that invented the telephone, and you had all these people with these innovations and stuff like that. And now who do we have? We literally have one fucking guy. Is Elon Musk. He's
we had Steve Jobs. We lost him.
We had Steve Jobs.
I mean, look how Apple has stalled since he has passed away.
Right. I'm saying we got Bill Gates. But if you think about it, like, that's one thing.
Bill Gates a phony. He stole his ideas from Steve Jobs.
What I'm saying is they invented one thing. They invented one thing and then
It
improved upon it.
revolutionized.
Yeah, no, I'm
existence.
not taking away from that achievement. What I'm saying is, like,
It
people
might have
like
destroyed society,
Yeah.
dude. They might have single-handedly fucking destroyed us, and we don't even know.
I'm saying, like, I honestly think that Elon Musk is like a modern day, like, Da Vinci. Something like, he's just apparently so good at everything he does. And, like, if you'd have told me 10 or 15 years ago that this guy was going to...
I guess we got Tony Stark.
Yeah, I mean, for real. Like, when he says, I want to colonize Mars, like, that's something that you look at him and be like, it'll take a little while, but I can see it.
You can probably do it.
Yeah, he could probably do it.
That's
NASA
what I'm
ain't doing
saying.
it. Yeah.
NASA's government run. That's why they ain't gonna fucking do it.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, what, I don't know. I think
Are we
that
supposed to be getting the Space Force?
Do we have one?
that's
No.
ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
What's it for? And we don't even go to space.
We about to run shit up
We
there.
will,
dude.
We
we
don't
will
even
now.
go
We
to
got a
space.
space. That's why we got a Space Force.
Oh
Now we
my
can go to space.
God. Like, when's the last time we went to the moon?
Like fucking 50 years ago.
Nah, it hasn't been that long. It's been 70s.
50 years
I
ago?
don't know.
We didn't go to the moon in the
70s.
80s?
That's 40 years ago.
I don't know.
We
well,
have-
The 70s is 50
well, we
years
go-
ago, dude.
We go to the space. They got this.
2020, bro.
Shut
We
up.
got the International Space Station up there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But, like, and here's the thing, like, and first I want to preface this by saying, like, we got a lot more problems down here.
Who
Did
came
you
up
see-
with the
did y'all-
Space Force,
Did
bro?
y'all see where? That was some of Trump's.
Yeah,
Did
Trump.
you see
He
where
came
they
up
had
with
Trump?
that?
Yeah.
Have you seen where they
Oh my
got?
God.
They had the first crime committed from space.
Yeah, it was like financial fraud.
Yeah. This chick
No.
stole from her ex-wife or her wife or something. Some
Yeah.
NASA
While
astronaut.
she was in,
While she was at the space station, she was able to, like, get into her bank account or something and did something. But it's like the first crime committed in space. So
where are they holding that trial at?
they're just what they're trying to figure out.
Area 51.
That's like international waters. Like, how do you? What's the jurisdiction there?
I was thinking about.
I'm really curious how
Tell me what you guys think about this really serious idea that
Oh,
I came
boy.
up with.
Yeah.
I was thinking about buying like an old cruise ship and taking it. Yeah, dude, and taking it out to international waters and letting two people sign up to fight to the death.
Yeah.
And then whoever loses, just dump them off the boat. But everybody on the boat has to pay $10,000 to watch it.
I
So it'll
mean,
be like the Coliseum.
You absolutely could do that.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for supporting me, dude.
I
it's
mean-
probably the best idea I've ever came
I think
up with.
it has its merits. It definitely does.
I thought of
I
a
mean,
name
but when
for it,
you
but I can't remember.
explain it like that, like, take it out to international waters. It's
Somebody
like,
fights to the death. They
who-
sign paperwork. They agree that
who
somebody's
governs
going to
that?
die, and we're going to dump your body in the fucking.
You gotta
But if
get-
you win, you get $100,000.
everybody on board.
$100,000.
Everybody on board signs a non-disclosure agreement.
Absolutely. Everybody on board pays
Could be
10
done.
racks to see a gladiator, or we could just let some dude fight
So
lions and shit.
You're only going to pay the winner $100,000. You're going to keep all that money.
It depends on how many people's on board.
Yeah.
It'll be like the UFC.
Well,
So
yeah.
like the main event,
Fight to the death.
fight to the fucking death, and we dump your body off in the ocean.
Shark infested waters.
Shark infested waters. There's, no easy
What can you do?
cleanup,
Absolutely.
no funeral cost. I mean, I just think it's a fantastic idea.
I've heard worse ideas.
I mean, I think it was up there.
It's pretty up
It's
there.
it's
Yeah.
up there.
Okay, I just read about the
For sure.
about the crime in space.
Yeah.
It says the founding nations of the International Space Station planned for such a contingency, setting a legal framework that gives each nation jurisdiction over their respective parts of the station. In other words, an alleged crime committed by a U.S. astronaut using a NASA computer would be prosecuted by the relevant U.S. authorities back on Earth.
Ah, okay. So it's not like international waters.
So it's like whatever wing of the space station you do the
No,
crime in.
Or
that's
where-
what it sounds like. But no, it's like if a Russian astronaut commits a crime, then
Oh,
Russia.
okay.
will
Yeah,
handle
right,
it. If an
right.
American astronaut commits it, then the U.S. will handle it.
Right.
Okay. So it was an American astronaut, of course.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
It
It was her, and she stole from her wife. So
Sounds like a real winner.
yeah,
You literally became an astronaut to commit a crime in space. You
Yeah.
dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe her and that lady that shot that guy in his own apartment can share a cell together. Stupid
Real.
fucking
I bet that
bitches.
woman. I bet that woman will get more time than.
You think so? She thinks you get
Geiger.
more than 10 years?
Yeah. White collar financial shit. I
That's
mean,
at
maybe
least-
it could go either
It's
way.
at least 10-year bid, isn't it?
Yeah. I guarantee you, Geiger, she'll be out 3.
So I heard
3 or
that
4.
I heard that now this is, you ain't gonna give a fuck about this probably, but I heard, I hadn't listened to the whole podcast yet, but I heard that Ari Shaffir put Molly in Bert Kreischer's water
Yo,
before the podcast and drugged him.
I believe that. I haven't listened to it yet either, but I've been seeing a lot of memes and shit on Instagram, and I'm definitely gonna go home and watch it.
I'm pretty
Like, I've
sure
been
that's like the one you tagged me.
Yeah,
in. It's like,
exactly.
what did it say? It's like,
it said if
you don't want to fuck, I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah,
Or-
it's like either we're fucking
or I'm fucking.
Yeah.
How's that monster I gave you before we started?
Oh
this
man,
podcast?
it's good.
I hate
It's starting
y'all, man.
It's starting to kick in.
I hate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. No
Yeah.
sugar, no artificial sugar.
Bro,
I
yeah,
can't
I was-
drink
I
no
was-
diet drinks, no
I was
caffeine.
gonna say, I was wondering when. So like they got no sugar,
Oh,
no
this
carb.
is mine right here. This is mine.
You're gonna fucking crack.
Y'all see this right here?
Honestly,
That's
I
mine.
believe that you're gonna crack, and that you don't have the integrity. Like you're not gonna fess up if you do crack.
Oh, I'm definitely fessing up.
I don't believe that one
For
fucking
sure.
bit.
You think I'm gonna lie to get the belt, dude?
Fucking absolutely
Whatever
do.
it takes, bro.
Whatever it takes.
That's called narcissism,
Yeah,
Bradley. I'm not a
nah.
narcissist.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
Uh huh.
That's why you're not in the competition.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know my limits.
It reminds me of that Seinfeld competition they had.
Exactly.
What they do? What they
Yeah.
do? Lie about it?
No.
They all came.
They had integrity.
All of them lost?
They fessed up.
They thought Elaine was that she would have the easier route of winning it, but
Yeah.
she was like the first one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kramer came in, slapped the money down on the table.
I'm
said,
winning.
I'm out.
I'm winning, dude, for sure.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm day 2. I'm done with day 2.
Y'all had to
dude.
put, yeah, bro. 31 days in October.
Dude, I'm done with day 2, bro.
Good.
One day at a time,
Good
brother.
for you.
One day at
This
a time.
whole week is going to be shitty.
Yeah, I feel shitty as fuck right now.
I know you do.
I think it's allergies or something.
Okay.
Or maybe caffeine withdrawal.
So
or-
caffeine withdrawal and sugar withdrawal.
And I can't jerk off.
And you can't jerk off.
But
Yeah,
I
you
can let
feel
another
great.
human unload my bag, though, if I need to. You know what I'm saying? So
If
I'm
you
good
need
as long
to.
as the bag gets unloaded.
Right.
Or Jesus will
So
jerk me off
How much?
in
is
my sleep.
That's true.
How much is Bradley charging you to help you out with that?
I mean, look, there's rates like
He hooks me up
eye
for free,
contact, eye contact,
Hey, either
no
we
eye
fucking
contact.
or I'm fucking.
Right.
You understand me,
Yeah,
bro?
Right.
Yeah, dude, it's rough, dude.
I believe it is.
Our battery's low. We got anything else we need to talk about?
Man, I got to pee like a motherfucker.
We got anything else we need to talk about? We need to do it again. I feel like we could talk.
Oh, we could.
We could do a
We
number. I
absolutely
love
could.
how you came prepared.
Yeah,
I
that's
love how you brought
exciting.
paperwork. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Because we usually just spout off at the fucking mouth,
Yeah.
don't we?
I
Yeah.
just want to like back up a little bit of what I said. You
I
know?
love it. I
Yeah.
love that, dude.
Yeah.
I felt like I was doing a podcast with young Jamie, dude.
I'm trying
Did
to.
you?
Pull it up.
I'm trying
Pull
to
that
like
shit up.
Pull that
speak
shit up.
facts more than opinions, but my opinions just flow. I
I
can't,
like
can't keep
it.
my
I
opinions
love it.
in.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for doing
Yeah.
the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
We're brought to you by Walmack Electrical Contractors.
Oh.
231-7679, area code 910. Hit my man, Wesley Walmack, up if you need any electrical work done. We appreciate you for being a paid sponsor of this podcast.
_ sectional healing.
We-
_ at Instagram.
Plug it in,
If
baby.
you need any furniture, come holler at your boy. I got you.
Look at that. How could you not buy a piece of furniture from that? Come on, dude. Get your life together, people.
I would plug my work, but my
You got
opinion
business cards.
might not represent my place of employment, so we'll keep that on the down low.
Thank you guys so much for doing the podcast.
Yeah, thanks
Love
for
you
having
guys.
us.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
All
Thank
right.
y'all for listening.